Psychologis. How do you read your name? You're gonna have to tell me when you go live, Dimitris. I'm gonna invite him in. They have an amazing community in Greece, and we would like to find out more about the scene there. Here we go. Dimitris, you should be seeing an invitation from me.
Yeah.
Yes, and let's see. Hey, did you accept? It's on the phone. Okay, I got you. So,
Hello.
So now phones. Hi, Sanjay. Yeah, we're putting in the phones for phone, and computer goes silent. Do you have earphones? Okay, getting ready. Let us know, guys, if you can hear us. Okay, if there's
Yes,
any
I think
audio problems.
Just
Okay.
yes.
Computer silent, Dimitris?
Yeah, give me a second.
Okay.
And I'll fix that too, because it's connected to
disconnect
computer.
Bluetooth.
Yeah. I'm slow. I'm old.
Don't say. How old are you, if I may ask publicly?
I have to say, actually, in 1 month, I'll be 39.
39. Oh, it's a good age for men, they say. Well, for a woman, actually, also.
Give me a second to find the Bluetooth. Yes.
Okay.
Almost there. Yeah.
All right, Dimitris, can you say your surname, please? Can you introduce yourself? Because I cannot pronounce it.
Yeah, it's Psychojos.
Psychojos.
It's hard. Yeah, it's good. It's good. It's actually good. It's hard. It's like many people they ask me the same thing, but I always say, okay, Dimitris from Greece. Easy.
Yeah.
It's like my last name in the salsa scene is like Dimitris from Greece. That's it.
Okay, that's enough. There is only one Dimitris like you. Can you tell us, Dimitris, just to make it really quick from the beginning, you have a very well thought through methodology, right? You focus a lot about the quality on teaching. Tell us about that, because I think that's unique in the community.
I'll go really fast. Everything started when I started dancing, and I wanted to learn. Actually, I wanted to learn salsa in a way I didn't know. I wanted to learn Latin in general, but I thought like the Latin dances are the same everywhere. Ballroom salsa, I didn't know. I didn't have a clue. So when I started like with ballroom. I just went in a studio and I started learning. And we had a beautiful club in Athens, Greece. The name was Palenque. We still have. And so I went there, but I was studying ballroom. So back then, though, I didn't have a problem because nobody was dancing, actually. So whatever, even if I knew how to dance or didn't know how to dance, it was the same. So then I was really curious about learning new stuff. Then I understand that I'm not doing salsa. I just once saw a couple from abroad and they were dancing something different, and I had to learn to dance. So I start looking about salsa. So I Google, like, I think it was like 2004 or something like that. I don't know, 19 years ago, anyway. 19 years ago, so I started and I Googled about instructors, but was no one here. So then I started learning about the festivals. Were like a few. So I said, okay, I have to go to learn. So then I started traveling. So I had 2 years.
And then where did you go first for the festivals?
We had here in Greece. We had like 2 festivals. One was like crossbody style and one was Cuban. So I went to both, of course. It was between like 1 month, the difference, but I was so excited and I went to both. I said, okay, I have to learn. Then I started, I was more like weird and curious about what's happening because I had so much information and I said, like, I'm doing something wrong. because I was studying. By the time I was still doing a little bit of ballroom, and I quit whatever I was doing before because I wanted to learn how to dance. Actually, this was okay. I said like I'm gonna quit everything and I'm gonna stick to dancing. I don't know if I'm gonna be good or bad. It's what I like. I wake up every day and I have this excitement, so I will do it. I was like around like 20 years old.
So, did you have
Um,
any other profession or education before, where you
yeah,
headed for another career?
I was doing two things. One thing was like I studied to be a chef. Yeah, I thought it was something I like. It's not the same as it looks like in the media. It's totally different. When they see you like what you see in the television, like it's different than the actual
Okay.
work. And when we are 20 years old, you don't feel the same when you start doing like your practice. And then I had some crazy ideas, so I did also 6 months of fashion design.
Okay.
Because I wanted to understand everything how it works, because I had some crazy ideas about that. Anyway, but at the same time there were so many projects and I was dancing as well. So I said, okay, I don't want to do anything. I went up to my parents and I say, guys, I know it's going to be the third thing, but this is what I want to do. So I have to be thankful because they helped me a lot, and they told me, okay, do whatever you want as long as you like it. So I was so focused, and they were okay because they were seeing me. I'm excited. I'm focused to that. So they wanted for me to do something that I really like. And so back to the dancing. Yeah, I used to compete straight away. I was fascinating. I saw a couple. It's still there are famous instructors. Riccardo Cocchi is the name. It's a dancer, ballroom dancer, Italian. So they were here for a show. I witnessed them and I was like, oh my God, I want to do this thing. I wake up and I say, okay, this is the thing I want to do. But still, I was in love with salsa. Actually, I was going out for dancing because we had this small club under the name of Palenque, I told you. And they had like some of the best bands in the world when we had zero dancers. Rey de la Paz, Tito Allen, Alfredo de la Fe, everybody was here. I didn't know, but I was going there and I was enjoying the vibe. And it was like small, but they were doing it more for the community because, I don't know, it was kind of small, the event, like the club. So I was lucky enough to witness all this, although I couldn't understand the true meaning of and the value of this artist. But I was having fun still. It was fun for me to go dancing. And I was so excited looking. Karma is my dog.
That's your dog? That's your dog, your baby.
Hello. Later. So this is hi to the media. Yes. So later on, I didn't know to understand, as I told you, what I was seeing, but I was so excited about watching the band, and the musicians had different vibe, of course, than me, that I was doing like dancing 1 year or 1.5 years. Okay. So then I went to these congresses and I started realizing, okay, it's something else. The good thing is when I started doing ballroom, I was doing like everything about the instructors, give me a second, I'll be fast.
Okay, the baby needs attention. Here she comes. No?
Well, you have to say hello first. Okay.
Hello, sweetness.
So, yeah, I was.
You're talking about the club, the vibe, and
Yeah. And then I was doing the class about being an instructor in ballroom, so I wanted to learn the whole thing. And the ballroom dancers, they do something different. It's beautiful. All type of dances are beautiful if you do it in the high level. And they have a really well structure about doing what they do because they're competing. Everything is about the competing. So for them, as I told you, they want to be like the first, so they look all the small details and they have to find the perfection in order to beat one the other. So they're really good at it. But still, this couldn't help me because I had to learn salsa. Even if I understand the structure, I had to go down and break down how salsa works. So this helped me a lot, and I started taking classes with everybody. And when I'm talking everybody, like whichever is on the salsa scene, I say, okay, I want to do private. I will go to your group classes. I will go to the festival. Which one is this? I was asking questions like crazy. How does it work? How do the body? How then later on to the Afro-Cuban culture? and everything. So I was really curious, and that helped me and bringing their method, and then realizing how it works. It helped me to create bring this in the salsa. So I created my own method, and the thing is I created something holistic. Especially I'm talking about the couple, because in terms of dancing with your body, you can do whatever you want in a way. My base is like a strong base to the floor, because all the drums and everything in the salsa is like heavy to the floor for me, and for many musicians and instructors, of course. And yeah, about couples, I believe there are rules. It's like life. It's the same thing. You must have some rules in order to make it work. So you cannot have different techniques. Whatever you have, it has to be functional. For me, there's no right or wrong. It's right
if it
or
works.
something not functional. I don't say wrong anymore. I say, guys, this is non-functional. If something doesn't work 100%, for example, everybody knows we have crossbody lead inside third. So this is fundamentals for everyone, even if you dance on 1, on 2, whatever. So if you think we have the same fundamentals, there must be a structure that everything works, and then you start building on it. And I created of course, the technique that everybody uses a technique in order to be a proper dancer, let's say. And the other one is, for example, because the guys, since the very first day, they do something. For example, the instructor goes and they say, okay, lift your hand, turn the lady. But then the ladies, at the same time, they don't say that much. They say tips, stuff, okay, do this and that. But for me, it's a holistic method that once you learn this, and the way to think some of the details, then you don't have any question, zero on how it works. Zero. And I was talking about it. I had the last days I speak in Greece in my profile. Sorry, guys, about that, because I'm doing an intensive teacher's training for the very first time. I was about to do it international, but there were so many Greeks, and I'm happy for that, because it's my first time doing this. So I said I'm going to do it in Greek for them. So I will do another one international. And I was saying that I was with Mario, of course, Super Mario, and Fabrizio Febi in elSol 2018. And they were asking me during the party, okay, Dimitris, what's happening? We'll dance with your group. I was there with my group, Dimitris Yolena, and they were asking me, all the girls, they are the best dances we had, in the festival, it was from your group. And I say, I know why. I was making fun with them. But, once you have these guys telling you that, which are amazing leaders, of course, but they have fun more than any of the girls in the Congress, it means something. So I'm very excited about that. And I try to spread this.
So you're saying that you're also teaching following, right? To your team, and generally it's not just leading, but then also following.
It's together. It's you cannot only learn a pattern. It's the easy thing. If everybody can see and copy a partner, and of course the more advanced dancers, they can see something and they can copy.
So what is the mistake, do you think, most people make when they teach a class in a Congress? Because it's Congress is also a different thing than a regular class.
It's true.
What would you change?
For me, it's once, as far as I know, once you don't have a specific methodology behind your structure, behind your class, and it's hard to transmit the technique, because people, they're always talking about, as I told you, some tips. But if you don't have a holistic method on how you dance throughout, for example, the whole song, about anything the guy can dance, and how you use your body properly from 8, I think the next number 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, I'm talking about the phrase. So you have one holistic method from number 8 to the next one. If you don't know how to move exactly your body, then it's impossible to know what he's going to lead you. And of course, the first two things, it's I can give it to the people, it's nothing weird or new. Timing, it's not about the music, it's about the rhythm, about the timing. The music, of course, it's something beautiful and amazing, but for the more intermediate, advanced dancers. But first thing is timing. If you don't have the exact same timing, it's impossible.
Yeah, all the salsa teachers are like crazy about the rhythm, the music, and it's interesting how you said that your passion for salsa started with the club atmosphere, with the live music, because I think salsa without it is it's not alive. I had like, sometimes I have new passions, and lately I also came back to zouk and then some kizomba. Salsa is for me forever, but I had like a moment of an, I don't know, maybe boredom or maybe tiredness, and then I went to Israel on holiday, and I went to a club that had amazing sound, that had like really nice decor with palm trees and so on. And I was like, okay, salsa is alive here, with great cocktails, with the sound, with the decor. It's really hard to nourish salsa when you're always just doing it in a dance studio, when there is no atmosphere. And this is also why I invest in the concerts and live music at elSol also this year, even though it's really logistically a drama and it's very expensive. But I think that this is what keeps salsa amazing. This is
We
what.
will have an announcement or no, or not
Yes,
yet.
I can already say that. I mean, we haven't signed contracts yet, but we're very closely working on Tromboranga for Saturday and Elito Reve for Friday.
Great.
So
Thank you.
so it's happening, and I had a lot of thoughts about this because it's so stressful, this move, to Katowice, and it's a big investment and a lot of uncertainty. And from the rational perspective, I should keep the cost down. Okay, let's not go crazy. But then I want to be excited about my event. I want to feel that I'm doing the best that you can have, because then I have fun too, and I think then we're doing something important to the community. So also live music is going to be there, because
It's
a
true.
lot of people who are passionate about salsa, not about dance in general, but salsa, they all talk about rhythm, music, the groundness. So I
And
think
also,
that's
what people they don't understand, it's not about the cost only of all this, which is huge, but it's how to deal with everything, which is harder. I think, like for the bands, the musicians, the timetables. It's so hard to arrange everything and everything to be on time. And this is what.
and especially because musicians is like they speak a different language than dancers. So you need they usually have their own manager, but we're trying to have a manager from our team to manage the other manager. And there's always something like, oh, the food was too spicy, you got to order something else for them, or they cannot get themselves to come to the VIP room and start the concert. As I say, it's a different language. Everybody has good intentions, but it's really always work. And the sound checks, right? How do you fit the sound checks with the artist rehearsals?
Rehearsals,
The
yes.
artist rehearsal you can be disciplined about it, but with the musicians, it's hard to be disciplined because the sound guys are, trying to communicate, and then, but it's an adventure. It's an
Also, one
adventure.
of the things is like my students and people they ask me, okay, which congress should I go to? And my answer is always, what do you want?
Mm-hmm.
So it depends. Some of the congress have a little bit of everything, but every single congress has a highlight. Like others are more like go to the beach and dance a little bit. Others you go for the live, for the session dancing, for the workshops, for the quality. Yeah, this is Karma from this camera. Say hello.
Karma is cute.
Yeah, say hello.
Oh, it's adorable. Okay, so Dimitris, you can cook and you know how to take care of another human being. That's already 1+2+. Do you cook for yourself?
Yeah, but now I'm focused on. I'm thinking of how much time I will lose. Let's say I will spend actually cooking. So I'm thinking like, is it worth it? So I'm buying like cooked food, but like quality cooked food. So I to what's up. But I'm thinking some of the days I cook, some of the days it depends
Okay.
on what I have to do.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I know how to cook, of course.
Great.
So
So
yeah, this is my question to the people many times. Like, okay, what do you want? And everybody knows, for example, in elSol, it's like one of the quality events that you can find like most of the social dancers that they want to join. And of course, as far as I remember, everything is punctual on time, which is really important. I mean, even if some of the people are not satisfied that they're going to lose something, it's better to lose something than lose, like have people that they complain, it's late, it's that, and the other. For me, I don't know. And I respect that.
Yeah, we're trying to cater for all needs. People who are ambitious want to compete, they want to get out there. People who just want a social dance. We have all kinds of groups, of what people need. So my goal is to have an offer for everybody, and this is what gives you the scale when everybody's there. So just working intuitively. So okay, so Dimitris, so when you come to elSol and you're gonna have 3 classes, how can you 3 or 4? I can't remember. Do you remember?
It's true, but if you want us to do a 4th class,
we'll negotiate. So how do you approach the crowd, because it's a different setting than a regular class? How can you actually transmit your knowledge? Oh, someone is commenting, sorry, Poland is gifted with many good dancers. Excellent dance culture. Thank you, Remy. We're working on that, and not just me, but hundreds of other instructors. So tell me, what's your plan for elSol? How can you how can you teach successfully in such settings?
Yeah, it's more like it depends on the subject of the class, of course, but and also from the people that I see what they need. So you have to be fast. Although I say the class it's easier because, for example, only on my studio I have like a studio of 14 years, and okay, let's keep the 2 years of the COVID. We almost didn't work at all, but only at my studio I had like so far I think 12,000 hours of group classes, not the private, not the rehearsals. So for me the class it's easier because you have like 55 minutes, 50 minutes to deal even if something goes wrong. So when I see something is going wrong, maybe from me, maybe from the people, maybe from the energy, the venue, the sound, whatever, I still have like 55 minutes to fix it, 40 minutes to fix it, 30 minutes. So for me, it's more about seeing what the people can do. And if something is wrong, you have to change super fast so the people, they get for what they came from. So to give them the best of you. So it's not that much for me about if I'm going to do something special like for the world. Of course, I'm going to bring like something crazy, and so the people can see our best, because I think it's one of the best events in Europe, of course. So I want to have like something of my best, let's say, quality things. But for me, this is more important: how to deal with the 60 minutes that you have. And for example, on the show, it's harder. You have like 2 minutes. If something goes wrong, it goes wrong. There's not much to save. You can save it fast, but still. Yes. On the class, it's easier. So I deal, especially, I watch out the people and I try to make them happy. Because, okay, we're talking about technique, about everything, but still, it's like most of the people are not like professional dancers, but they are salsa lovers, dance lovers, of course. So you want to create the energy, and this is the idea also for the shows as well. Sorry, I'm skipping to another because
it's okay.
For me, if you have like quality shows in an event, it's when I start dancing, and I went to the UK, to the last UK Congress. I don't know if you remember the last UK Congress. It was like
in Bognor Regis, that one. Bournemouth, yeah. Yes, yes, I was there with Niraj, I think.
Yeah, I think you were. No, for sure. So I went like just social dancing and take classes, and for me, I was so excited when I saw the shows, and this is the idea that you go on the dance floor and you say, okay, this is salsa. I want to go. I want to dance. This is the idea for me, to create a showcase, and the audience would go there and be like, okay, I'm crazy. I want to go dancing. This is a live. This is even on the live. It's not about dancing on the live sometimes, but when you finish the
Sorry, I had
live,
a phone
you
call.
have all this energy, and then you're gonna give the energy on the dance floor. So yeah, back to the teaching. Yeah, this is for me the idea on giving the energy back to the people. Okay. Of course, I can play it smart. Okay, yeah, you don't know this, so I know that you don't know. I've seen you, so I can play it smart for you. But this for me is to give more energy.
So what
But
are the
you have to have a balance, though.
so what's the best class structure for you for elSol, if we so that you can transmit as much as you can? What classes should we give you?
I don't know. Of course, we're gonna do something couple. Um, I'll think of it. I need to, but for sure, I love to teach like a partner work class. It's what I'm really like picky on that, so I love it.
Yeah, Dimitris, for those of you who don't know, he's an excellent leader, an excellent social dancer. So
Thank you.
this is like I remember from, we were in Milan a couple of years ago, 7 or so, and I remember we danced a lot. Like, you were my favorite dancer.
Thank
And
you.
that was, I mean, I had the opportunity because the event was small, so I had a lot of your time. So definitely, I mean, I can imagine that from 7 years ago until now, you've mastered your skills even better. So ladies, just make sure you catch Dimitris. Dimitris, do you say no on the dance floor?
No, I only do one thing. When, for example, it's a weird song, I actually I say to the people, to the other instructors, if they want to follow this, it's beautiful. What I do, if the song is weird, I go the girl and I say, okay, sit next to me. I go like this. We're gonna know each other for 5 minutes for the song, so we're gonna have the opportunity to talk a little bit, and then we're gonna dance the next one. But probably it's gonna be a song that I feel like dancing. So this is the only thing. Otherwise, if you are on the dance floor, you are there for dancing. If you want to talk, you can go a little bit to the side and talk, and then go back to dancing. But yeah, and girls like they told me, many people, many of my friends actually, they told me, oh, you used to be like so serious, but now we understand why you're not. With my friends, they I always teasing them, but I don't know, my profile, it feels like serious. So sometimes I have like people that they're not easy to ask me to dance, or
Okay.
But it's a funny thing. When I was in Mexico, I was in an event in Mexico, and I was really wanting to dance actually, and I was asking the girls, and they were saying no. I was like, okay, don't worry, I'm gonna dance with the next one. But it was weird. It was like, I don't know, 4 years ago, something like that. It was.
Okay,
So it can happen to everyone. It can happen to everyone. I said, like,
Yeah, I mean,
I've been dancing so many years. And
I
still get
I have a very fresh experience, because in salsa normally I don't have a problem, like people want to dance with me, but when I got into kizomba, I was new. I have a very fresh experience of being a beginner or being rejected, or I guess it builds your character. It's not the end of the world.
Yeah, of course. And guys, don't be afraid. In elSol, there are so many people to dance. So even if they say no, just grab the next one and have fun.
Actually, what people say, that's a feedback from some of my students, that they really enjoy the fact that when the ladies come to the dance floor, they get grabbed, asked to dance. That it's the community actually really comes there to dance, not to hang out, not to drink. I mean, as well, okay, but like on the dance floor, no one is bored. So although we do have a slight imbalance, there's slightly more women than men generally in the whole event, but somehow it's
to be honest, I still, like, after so many years, I feel like flattered and honored. If a girl asks me, it means like, okay, I saw you dancing, or I want to see how you dance, and I want to share something. So this is the truth. Yeah, I feel honored. Like, if a girl does, like, all the way to come and ask you, it's like, okay, yeah, because I'm more traditional. So, but still, I feel nice if a girl really respects you and say, okay, I want to see how you're dancing, and I want to feel like what you're feeling on the music, of course, or what you're leading. This is for me the idea. So even for the girls, I always recommend, like, if you want to dance with somebody, really to feel like, okay, let me see how you dance. So take your time. What's the other? For both, actually, it doesn't change. This for guys and girls, it's the same. But it's the only thing I want. Yeah, for the girl, not to dance with me. So, for example, can show off or get crazy. Like, let's share and let's meet on the dance floor. So this for me the trick, because I will take care of her. I will go like with my feeling, of course, and the song and the vibe, but I will try to be like for the dance to be fun and go on the same level so we can both have fun. Doesn't matter the level. But still, it's important to say, okay, I really want to see how you dance. Like, let's pay attention to each other. It's like having a conversation. Let's see what you have to say to me. This is the thing. Karma, it's the last time. You bark again, you go inside.
I like now that with some dancers, like last time also with Charlie and Rihanna, we start talking about the connection, because in other dances, like for instance in Zouk or in Kizomba, they talk a lot about connection exchange. And in salsa, we talk mostly about turn patterns and a guy just making the girl do the turn pattern, and if she doesn't smile, give her another one, so there's like a lot of dominance in the philosophy, right? That I'm going to tell you what to do, and I'm going to like you to do exactly what I do, the way I do this. There's no really much talk about conversation. So I like that you mentioned it with the 20 years of experience that you have.
Okay, let me take her inside because she's... Stop. Guys, drink some water. I'm coming back.
He has to take care of his dog. How adorable. Okay, remember, guys, we have a discount today until midnight. You can get...
So this is my dog that goes inside.
Say Karma, hello. Right? What's her name? Karma. So cute. You can get a discount for salsa and VIP pass today until midnight, and you have to type in the code section when you book on our website La Secta together. La Secta, the name of Dimitris' company, where I was just having a marketing break. But back to the connection and the conversation.
Yes.
You were saying something important, so I like that.
Yeah, for me it's like that. It's the same, doesn't change. The couple dances, they have the same fundamental. It's like it's a conversation, and yeah, and even like for the girls, of course, because the guy is the one that leads. Then you have two options. You have to want to dance with a guy, and then see if you like it. It's okay. Maybe even if he's an amazing leader and does crazy stuff, but you don't like that kind of dance, it's okay. Even if he's like an amazing dancer, or maybe you done something, we have a beautiful connection, you enjoying. And I was actually, I was having this conversation 2 days ago after one of my classes, and we said this thing. Like, imagine everybody has like a beautiful, smooth leading and dancing on a little bit on the music. But it's like this, like for 2-3 hours. You're not gonna like it. Now, imagine like the guys, they spin you like crazy for 2-3 hours. Of course, you're not gonna like it. Imagine like the guys are all the same, like 3,000 people doing only flicks and tricks and stuff for 2 hours. So nothing you want a little bit of variety. So it's how you use whatever you have and make a blend. It's like a conversation. Whatever you have, if it goes like this, it's boring. So you have to spice it up a little bit. So it's okay if you do a mistake, because it's like two people that they don't know each other, their techniques, their background, doesn't matter. That's why, of course, it's a man's job. But for the guys, the most important thing is to take care of the lady. And it's not about saying that, it's about actually doing that. And for
so how do you do it? How do you take care of the lady on the dance floor?
I think it's like you cannot change it. You have to start doing it from the very first day, if it's possible. So you learn a little bit to pay attention to her, what she can do is the first thing. And even if she can do like crazy stuff, you have to pay attention a little bit. If it's like 7 in the morning and it's the last dance, just relax, for example. Or if it's too crowded, okay, you see it's too crowded. You don't need to do many stuff. So everything is about paying attention to to your partner, to the environment, everything. You have to take care of her. But still, as I told you, if I dance with a girl that she doesn't care about me, for example, she looks all over the place. After like 1 minute, I'm not like, okay, I'm not having a lot of fun, because as I told you, I don't know if she really want to dance with me or she want to just check. Because
does this happen to you?
Yeah, many times. It's like
that you dance with a girl that's disconnected, like from you.
Many times. And the worst part is, even with some of my students and people that they know me. Okay, this Dimitris, I know he's good dancer, so they try to do like a test. I'm going to test how good am I. So they're like focused only about, okay, I'm going to follow everybody, so I'm going to be good. And I say, it's better to lose something than both of us have fun. I'm not gonna. I don't care, and I'm not mad with people that they don't dance good, as long as they pay attention to what you're doing and they are taking care of this small 5-minute relationship. Because it's like they're not the problem. Somebody taught them like this, so I cannot be mad with somebody who doesn't know how to dance. But I'm not happy with somebody that doesn't pay attention and cares about what we're going to create these 5 minutes.
Okay.
It's so simple. It's not I'm asking something extreme, but if you want to talk with me, and if you don't want to talk with me and I ask you, you can say, okay, I don't want to talk with you, thank you. It's okay. But that's the thing. When we decide both to share these 5 minutes, it's good to see what's happening. That's the main thing.
I like that. I like that philosophy. For me, usually when I have a good dance in salsa, one song is not enough. I know it's standard, but now that I've also, in the zouk and kizomba, like you can dance for half an hour with someone or more, that I'm spoiled now. I want a second dance and a third dance until I cannot breathe. One is not enough.
Although now in bachata, it's like worse, because I've seen like okay, of course I know why, because you don't have time. And with like some of the superstars, you can dance only like for
40 seconds.
Even less, like 20
and
seconds.
And the line, yeah. I always wonder, because I understand that the stars have to do this because otherwise, they cannot be there for 7 hours nonstop. But why do people wait in this line? I would never wait for a dance of 30 seconds because it's not going to give me satisfaction. It's not going to give me connection. I mean, maybe it's just for marketing video, but I don't want that. It's not attractive. But so it became more like a rock star type of vibe. That you have the celebrity just to touch a celebrity.
It's okay, yes. Even if you're not, if you don't dance with them that night, don't worry. You're gonna meet them in another event and just enjoy the whole dance. It's better.
Yeah, that's awesome, I think. So, Dimitris, what is your regular routine in your daily life? Like, what do you do in a day?
Yes, it depends. It changes a little bit when I'm traveling and when I'm not traveling. So, for example, if I have like weekends in a row, it's going to change a little bit because of the Mondays and when I'm coming back. But usually I wake up, I take a walk.
What time do you wake up?
Usually 9 o'clock, because I'm finishing every night minimum 11 o'clock from the studio at night. So minimum, I have to close and go back home, something to eat, to relax a little bit. So it goes late, and I want to sleep well if I can, because I want to give the maximum. My day is like full of activities. So if I'm not well rest, it's not going to work. And of course, if you want to like try to do like your best, especially when you train, and it's hard. If I don't have a train, I don't care, but still I try to keep that and maintain like this, because it's more about doing like consistently. And so I wake up, I take my dog for a walk, and then I'm off to the gym. I work out a little bit. I want to keep healthy and keep my body in a good shape. And then usually either I'm going to have I prefer to break my day on 2 parts in terms of activities for my body to rest. So I try to do the rehearsal and my training after after the gym. I go and rehearse with Yolena, with my routines, whatever we have to do. And then I have a break, I eat, I prepare things at home. I have some privates also. I try to combine them if they are able to do it in the first part of the day, because then almost every day I teach 4 hours, like from 17 till 11. So it's like this the last
A
14
lot.
years.
It's a lot.
I love it actually. And we had this conversation because there was a couple last night and they want to do my intensive teachers training. And I told them like I'm not bored still. And they told me after so many thousands, thousands of hours, especially like beginners and again. And I say, no, yeah, because I have a different mentality. When I go, for example, a beginner's class and everybody say, okay, you're gonna do like the basic. Yeah, but I try, even like if I can get 5 minutes faster to understand what I'm feeling and make them happy, or 20 minutes faster later on, 1 hour, so they learn faster than the ones before. So I have a goal. They don't know, but I know that that time it's not about doing like the same thing. It's about thinking, what more can I do so they can learn faster and they can understand what we love, what you, me, everybody loves about salsa. How faster I can lead them to the world that I love. So this is the trick for me. So I have always a motivation and constant motivation. It doesn't change. I will like go like this. Okay, I have to keep myself motivated. Yeah, it's more about discipline actually, not motivation. Still, it's what I have in mind. So yes, then I go and have 4 hours of classes. And now that it's summer, Greece, guys, is beautiful, especially in the summer. So I can go for a walk. The weather is beautiful now, and I can relax after class a little bit. And yeah, it depends on the schedule. I use this like almost like from Monday till Friday. Then on the weekends we have rehearsals with my groups, and yeah, I try to save some time to go to the sea, or if it's possible during the week, I can squeeze it up like a little bit earlier. I can wake up and finish everything, so I can go like for a couple of hours by the sea, which is beautiful if I have the option, which is super close. It's like 20 minutes, like in Greece. You can in Athens actually, you can really fast go to this. And I have this opportunity because I work on the afternoon.
Do you feel like with the lifestyle of an artist, of a teacher, are you missing anything? Like what is the price that you pay? I don't know. You don't go to the cinema or something?
Yeah, it's for example, I used to be like let's say movie lover, but now I think they don't make good movies.
Yeah,
So I'm happy. I'm happy. There's no good movie, like one in a year, so I don't care. I will check it out. It's like one really good movie every year or something like that. And yeah, the only thing I said, like, it's when we don't work, when actually when we work, my friends, for example, probably they don't work, but I'm really happy with the lifestyle because I can wake up and I can do whatever I want. Of course, I have jobs to do, and if you have a studio, you have more like things to think about. I should do more, but still, the very first part of the day, you can do it for you, and then you can go to work. I still have energy. That's why I'm going to rest myself, and I will do it. And I can do my classes later, so I have energy to do the classes. So I don't mind. And of course, I'm not gonna work like every weekend, so I'm gonna have like a weekend free.
Okay.
And
So what are your
important,
plans?
sorry, one more thing, it's more important to do what you're passionate about and to wake up and say, okay, I have like some ideas, I want to do them, than waking up and going in a job that probably you don't like. And of course, you can finish like 5 o'clock or something and still say, okay, now what? So I don't mind. You pay the price. Whatever you do, it's nothing only good or bad. Whatever is your choice, you pay the price. It's you have to choose what price you want to pay. That's it.
Okay. Well, I'm not gonna continue this because, like, I would like to know, like, what is it that you feel you lost, or but let's not get negative. Tell me, what are your plans for the next 5-10 years? Where do you see yourself?
I will go like 5 years because
Okay.
10 it's a lot, I think. Through the years, I've been doing this 19 years. So there are like periods in your life that you may think of doing something else or change your feelings a little bit, but still I'm so excited. And actually the last 1.5 years, I'm like crazy. We're going to have like a super crazy project next summer. It's going to be crazy. You're going to see it like on September or something. We're going to upload it early. It's going to be super nice. First time in Greece. And so, yeah, I'm so excited still about what I do, about my performances, about teaching, about doing new stuff with dancing in general. As I told you, I'm doing this now for the instructors. We have this project for next summer. I always have like new ideas on what new can I bring to the scene.
So what's your dream project?
I don't know. I am always like focusing like on when I have an idea, I'm focusing to this one because sometimes on the past, I always procrastinate sometimes because, I say, okay, it's not the time or I don't have the time. But some of the things you just have to do them and put a little bit of pressure. It cannot be perfect all the time. So you have to choose if it's worth it. And if it's not, it's okay. But at least it was a choice that you made and you believed in it. So it's okay. So for now, I'm always like, how we say, so full of ideas and stuff that it's enough. So I don't even like think like in 5 years. I want to do family. I have it on my mind, of course, when it's time and when you're with the right person, it can happen. It's important. Sometimes it doesn't work, but it's important to, at least when you start, to be mature, to understand that, okay, it may work. You don't know, of course, life is full of surprises, and that's a beautiful thing. But at least if you know and you do and you still do this, then it's a problem.
Yeah.
But if you don't know, it's okay.
About that.
If you don't know, it's okay.
How has your level of energy changed in salsa since you entered the community 19 years ago and until now? How has it, it's been up and down, or if you compare?
I learned to be, I was doing sports when I was young, from, I don't know, from 6 or something, 8, something like that. I was playing basketball, but preparing to play professional basketball. Let's say I wasn't professional because I stopped like 18, 19 years old. But, and then, I always stick to the dancing because I want to have an activity really with energy. So I was playing like every day, like 5 hours per day. So I learned to be disciplined. So I don't really care about the energy.
Okay.
If I like something and I'm sure after through the years that I like it, I don't really care about what's going on, as long as I know and I say, okay, I like it. So I have to be disciplined. Otherwise, I'm not going to get what I want. Yeah, there are some times you're going to have ups and downs a little bit. Of course, it's impossible. We're humans, and this is the beautiful thing. But no, you cannot always be motivated. But still, I try to find new things. And once you have new things and new ideas, it gives you a boost and energy. So you go and you start working on them. So you forget about it.
What inspires you? Like, I don't know, the sea or an art gallery, or what inspires you to create something new?
I take inspiration of everything. Especially I take inspiration of other dancers. Like when I see them like dancing and I don't do something that they do, and I say, okay, I never thought. Oh, they create a feeling. I was with my partner Yolena. She cannot be here today, guys, so you're gonna meet her like soon. And we were in an event, and back then Bercy was dancing with Rodrigo, and they were doing a guarare, this routine, and we were watching and clapping. And yes, and you know what she said? She was so inspired from this routine, and she said, like, okay, this is salsa. This is salsa, and this gave her like energy to put like salsa again, like okay, in a different way, not like, okay, what should we create to be good? No, it's about like giving the people the salsa. You can, I always try to do like different things, different shows a little bit, because you have to change, but still for all the salsa artists, you have to have, for example, a show that it's like different style or a new idea or a fusion or whatever, so people can get something different. But always you must have a strong salsa, because we must always focus. If you're a salsa lover, you must always have like people to see. Okay, this is salsa. It's the most important thing. So yeah, I take inspiration of whatever. Like it can be a song. The most easy things like when I'm happy also that we're going to perform with my group. This is maybe, I think it's the routine that I love more than whatever I've done in my whole career. I have to say that. I admit it. And when I was listening to the song, I say, okay, I'm going to do this. It was in the quarantine. So I finished this routine in the quarantine because we were working with Yolena throughout the whole quarantine. We were on the studio every day. I said, okay, we have to do it. I don't know what's going to happen. Maybe the world will end. But still, if it doesn't end, we have to stay focused and work. So we have to do what we like. We did this not for the money, for the events. We did this because we like it. Yes, that's okay. We're gonna go there and practice as nothing is happening. Okay, we didn't have the same energy like every day, but we were going there 5 days. We were going like working. Monday, Friday, we said during the COVID, we rehearse.
Nice.
Saturday, vacation.
So, Dimitris, what people don't know about you that you would like to share?
I don't know what they don't know about me. I'm a pretty simple guy, I have to say. People they see me and I always get this feeling that they feel different on me. But now, for example, I'm having a really nice conversation, and I noticed myself because I was watching the video that I smile a lot. Usually, I don't smile that much, but if I have an interesting conversation, I'm always gonna smile and tease the other person. But in the beginning, I'm more like calm and try to relax, observe. I like observing a lot, for example. Of course, it's not about. I always sometimes in my students, like after like some months, I say, guys, do you remember back in school when we thought that the instructor wasn't watching what we do? No, guys, trust me. He was always watching, but he was skipping what the dumb things that we're doing, and we were cheating and we were writing from the paper of our fellow student. So I was observing everything, and I think the first thing, if you want to evolve and see the world, is learn to observe. Observe outside and observe inside. And I'm still trying, but yeah, this is for the most for me. I think like people they think about dancing or the other stuff, but I like to observe whatever it's happening. I may not take action about something that's happening. I don't care, but still I want to know. Okay, I see that. I see this. Maybe this also give me like ideas, because once you start observing everything, you're gonna create. Of course, I'm like still now we're gonna start our new show, but every time I say like I have to do something better, let's say, in a way, because people if you do a good job, people they expect you to be like kind of better. So minimum you have to give them something. And I shouldn't be stressed because I have a career so many years, but still, you have this feeling.
Oh, yeah. Another question. How do you deal with stage fright? You have this, right, the little nervosity before you go on stage. Do you like it? Do you not like it? What strategy do you have?
There's one, it's like cliche. It's like the more, if you are really well rehearsed, you don't have stress that much. So the second one, though, and this is a recommendation also for the new generation, try to do as many shows as possible. Try to dance wherever, it doesn't matter. Once you're doing this, like, let's say twice a week, after like 20 weeks, It's just the 21st week. You don't care.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
I go on stage. I remember the moments that I had like the weekends in a row, like many weekends. So then I was going on stage and I was never like into my brain and into my head. I was always like, yes, this is the mentality. You should say, okay, I'm going to nail it. I'm going to give like my 100%. I'm going to release my feelings on stage. Not go like, okay, I should do it good. I should, I cannot do a mistake. Now, if you're thinking about that, then you're focusing on, okay, what's the mistake? So the idea is to be so relaxed and do this because it's impossible to do it really well if you don't do it like often. If you perform
Mm-hmm.
like once every like 3 months, 2 months, it's hard because you're starting from the beginning. Okay, it was 2 months ago, it was 3 months ago. So everything has to be perfect because you feel like, especially for the new generation, there's a chance. It's like it's not a competition, but still, if you are a good dancer and you saw this, you show your work on stage every week, let's say, and it's amazing. Of course, you are the winner. Let's say if the people they like what you do and they are happy from when they applaud your job. So yeah, in sometimes many people they want to break into like into the scene and become like more famous and perform everywhere, and it's not easy. There's a lot of stress because you don't want to mess up because you're
So
going to lose your.
what's your advice for people who want to get out there in this community where there are a couple of established names, 10, 15, that go around the world?
I have like two things. Like one, it's not easy because all these people that you see and you admire, they are there for a specific reason. They have something special. It's not that they're only good. Um, let's say about like Marco Ferini, he's doing like Mambo Moderno. Let's say about Adolfo, he's like the Mambo king of the new generation. So they have something really. Johnny Vasquez, he's like the founder of LA Style. Each one of them has something like unique. So you cannot copy something unique. You're gonna come second. So you have to find. But there's a trick. If you try to do something like from the scratch and it's new, you're gonna mess up. You're gonna have first follow, go take classes, guys, like crazy. Find which suits for you, which style. Follow the instructor. Have really really good fundamentals, and then try to create your own stuff. If you try to create your own stuff, you're gonna create a hybrid that it's not good, and then after like 2-3 years you're going to be say, okay, what's wrong, what's happening, my dancing is like all over the place, I don't know what's happening, I don't get bookings. Yeah, the second one is like the personality. It's like if you don't have like a strong personality, actually it's not easy because there are so many good dancers. So yeah, of course you cannot be tricky or you cannot be too shy, but you have to believe in yourself. Actually, this is part of your personality. Yes, so you have to work on it as well. It's not about the technique.
I
It's about
think
also.
it's a new knowledge, fresh, that 20 years ago maybe didn't exist, but this mental preparation also to be a performer and to be an artist, such an important part. Some people have it somehow because they learned it somewhere else, but I think a lot of people would need the training. This is
It's hard.
like the
What's hard?
sports, the top sports people, right? They don't only work physically, but they also work mentally.
It's true. It's true. Although I have to say, in salsa, it combines so many things. For example, like let's say the top sports people, they only do that. They don't like go at night social dancing. They don't. So it's hard. It's hard. If you are, if you want to become like a top like performer, let's say. But for me, it's important to know how to dance salsa. Yeah, I always go like, okay, if you want to do only show, it's okay. But still, maybe you can find some other type of dance which is only for show. Salsa, it's beauty. It's like the social dancing. It's like
No, I think also, I mean, I've been having this conversation with artists that are very tired, that for them is too much to teach. To like, I mean, someone who teaches, let's say, also boot camps, right? So it's more than 10 hours, and then how do you party like you want to be there, but then you cannot really wake up and be fit in the morning, past the age of, I don't know, 35. But it is a big dilemma. What do you focus more on, the party or the work, the teaching, and all the training work? So it's yeah. I mean, for instance, for me at elSol, I have an amazing team. So I party. I'm the last one that finishes the party every night, like the last set, and then with the DJs we go for breakfast. But then I wake up at 3 p.m. or 4. I wake up for the competitions. My team does everything. I don't really have to do much, right?
I think it should be like this.
Do something in the morning, I could not be partying until 7.
It should be like this, I think. Of course, because some people they try to do everything on their own, and it's impossible. You're gonna mess up.
I really like that. Dimitris, what would you advise to yourself from today's perspective if you were talking to yourself at the age of 19?
Yeah, only one thing, and actually, I recommend this to even like when you choose like a dance partner, a life partner, whatever. It's the same thing. Choose and try to do your lows. Try to not be really low. For example, when you are like having like a bad day, you have to be like, okay, I'm having a bad day. I know, usually I'm here. I know I'm going to be a little bit lower, but this is it for me. So you have to keep yourself like on a level. Try to do this level, because if you're going like this, you're not going to be a comfortable person with the other one. So, and I recommend like you choose somebody with their lows are not really low. Because even if you are like the most amazing person, if you are like really bad, your low is like here, then it's not good. So I always say like.
So how do you do that to not go so low?
First, you have to observe it, and then you have to work on it. It's nothing is happening with miracles. Nothing is like, okay, I have my magic wand and I'm gonna become a beautiful person. No, it can happen and it's beautiful when it's happening. But once you get it once, it means like somebody, I don't know, God, whatever you believe, like each person, doesn't matter actually, gave you an opportunity to learn this. So if you do it the second time, it's a choice. It's not anymore like, so it's up to you. And sometimes we have to like, I will say like, we're like 2023, okay? If you're born in Europe, even like from a poor family with, don't have so many things like to give you, but still, if you're not like a small child in India, which we've seen like situation in India, whatever, in a country that it's hard, and you really don't have an option of getting away, then everything is up to you. And then shut your mouth and work. It's easy. You don't need anything like you don't need a reason to cry. And we can cry and say, oh, life is hard. Yes, we know life is not fair, it's not hard. Okay. So yeah, nowadays it's like everybody, it's not about being happy and positive every day. Now this positivity thing, like, no, it can be really hard, but still, okay. Yeah, I recently like read something like we almost have like 75 summers, they say. We're probably going to be like 75, 80 years old, I don't know, 70. So they're not that much if you think like we're like in between now, the middle. So we have to focus what we're going to do like this summer, next winter. So yeah, and if you think like this, yeah, it's going to help you. But the thing is like discipline. You have to learn to be disciplined, because you can always be motivated. You're a mother, like you don't have an option like to say, oh, okay, now I'm tired, I don't care about my children. Yeah, some people they do, but for me it's like impossible. So you have to be disciplined. And once, for example, that comes in your life, then you don't have an option. It's not about you anymore.
Yeah.
I can sit like here and cry all day. So yeah, not
You
good.
you cannot think, do I feel like doing this? Do I need motivation? You just do it, you know. Don't ask this question. You always
No,
have to get up. You have to serve breakfast. There's
but it's beautiful. I mean, in terms of dancing, as I always say, why should we complain? It's like we're dancing, guys. We're dancing. It's like I know it's hard after like you have like boot camps and so many hours and everything, but still, if you are
yes, like
healthy,
we're not brain surgeons, right? Like operating on the live living brain, for instance. Dimitris, what's the worst thing that happened to you dancing or performing? I don't know, falling on stage, or I don't know, something embarrassing or something.
on stage.
Oh, on stage or during a class, or in dance, or maybe social dancing.
Hmm. Okay, I have some funny stories.
Okay.
Two of them with my ex-partner, like many years ago, and one of them we had the production and a huge production. I think it was Eric was doing the production. I'm not sure. So it was like the Little Prince, the story of the Little Prince. So there was like stardust. I don't know if the word stardust is the thing that goes like and
Okay.
falls like from the stars.
Okay.
So they
Okay.
had like a sand that was glitter sand, something like that, and this was dropping on stage.
Uh-huh.
So they had like a cloth, so they
Mhm.
can drops on the cloth, they can
Yeah.
drop on the cloth, but still it's sand, so it's impossible to control sand.
Yes.
So when they removed the cloth, we were about to enter like we were like the
Mhm.
prince and the princess entering
Mhm.
like the stage, and I was stepping and I was listening to crunch, 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 and I was about to perform. Of course, we were sleeper like as a hell. So I was walking and I say, "Oh my God, I don't know what we're gonna do." This
Mm.
is one thing. Second one, I was performing in Lebanon. There wasn't a salsa event, but they had some salsa performers,
Mhm.
and there was like a palace and a traditional event, and we were performing there, and it was like an old palace, really like a palace of the old ones, and it was summer, and it was in the forest in Beitadin. It calls the place. I still remember the name. Farid was there too. He knows the story, but Farid danced with Adil with no shoes. I had like a salsa show with my shoes on.
Mhm.
And he had a more crazy story, but I cannot say public. He will share it to you. Uh, so and the humidity level, I think it was the worst I've ever seen in my life. And
Mhm.
I was like doing this on the floor, and I had water on my hand, and I had to dance on water.
Okay.
Of course,
Okay.
I remember my partner was down, and I was lifting her, and we continued dancing. It was impossible. We had to dance on water. Like this
Crazy.
is like the two worst experience like on stage. And
Uh-huh.
the only time I never performed, it was only one time in my life. It was a hole that big, like, on the middle of the
Uh-huh.
stage, that
Uh-huh.
big. And it has also other ones, but one
Uh-huh.
on the middle that I couldn't like. Of course, I couldn't like. And I told them I will perform barefoot. Another routine that I used to have in that period. It was a really small like
Mhm.
event, not a festival, and they haven't checked the stage.
Mhm.
And they had a hole like that big. Honestly, I still remember it. My hand can go inside. Imagine that. And it was like right in the middle. And they had small ones like this, smaller ones all over. And I said, guys, I won't risk my partner's like health. It's
Safety.
impossible. I
Mm.
can do it. I don't care if it's slippery or weird. I can try
Mhm.
to do it. And it was the only time in my whole career that we performed another routine barefoot,
Mhm.
because I didn't want like for the people not to have to see, because it was an event about us. It wasn't like a big
Mhm.
one. And yeah, this is like probably the three most
Okay.
bad
So what's the
cases.
best?
One of the best is the first time we were at your event. I think it was 2016. Yes,
Mhm.
it was with my boys when we performed
Mm.
Uptown Funk, and we had the standing ovation, and it was one of the best editions of elSol. It was crowded, lots of people. I still have a
Mm.
video from
Mhm.
And it was Saturday night, and to see all these people like standing actually and clapping for you, it's like it's a great feeling. You feel like as an artist that what you do, it makes sense. And yeah, I didn't care actually about a lot after that. I didn't care what's happening. I said I'm happy, and it was amazing. This is like one of the top three, let's say. I have to remember the rest. Yeah, the second one was the first time I went in Colombia. So for me, being a Greek, to performing in a
The
country
Latin
that's
countries.
the salsa country, even though it's not like Puerto Rico or Cuba or something, but still like trusting a Greek person, like they don't know you, you are from Greece.
Yeah.
And so I felt like honored to invite me there to perform. And I said, okay, I will never bring like to dance traditional, let's say Polish dancing. A guy from Colombia, imagine that.
Yeah.
It will seem like weird. So yeah, this is one of my highlight career. And
Okay,
I don't know.
we're gonna finish soon because it's been an hour. I think we could
Yeah.
talk about a lot more other things. Maybe next year. And tell me, would you like to address? There's this talk in the community all the time. Bachata's taking over. Salsa is dying. Oh my God. I always tell people that salsa is not dying at elSol. So even if you have 5% of
Salsa is
people,
not dying in Greece either, guys. If you want to have fun, salsa is the king in Greece still.
so what's your opinion on all this? When you do you take part in these conversations?
Yeah, again, like there's a couple of aspects that I can say about that. One, it's the connection to the new people. It's easier because the music is more contemporary. So it's music that they produce now. So it's easier for somebody that he's never done before to be more connected.
You mean to
The second one
bachata?
is like the
Bachata.
beats are
Or
slower,
Mhm.
that it makes sense and it feels easier in the beginning, okay, to control your partner, yourself. But still, guys, for me, salsa it's holding your partner and dancing to doom pa to doom. That's salsa. Whatever we do is extra and it's beautiful. It gives you another dimension of dancing, which is amazing. But still, salsa is this. If you go to Cuba, they dance like this. They don't do like crazy stuff. So I advise the new people, don't think about doing something and think like salsa it's harder, bachata is easier, which now bachata has become like crazy. They have evolved a lot, the bachata, and it's not easy. But do whatever you like more. What do you listen and feel nice and you enjoy? If you're listening to bachata, okay, do bachata. Or both. Both it's best. Do both. But still, if you are enjoying salsa, do it for the right reason because you love it. Forget about it's being hard. It's our job to make it easy, the instructors. So we'll make it easy for you. Just do your hobby, forget if it's hard or easy, and do whatever it's feels good for you. And if you want to change, for
This is a good point. This is a good point to all the instructors all over that are listening. You have to tell people that salsa is easy. It is really is a 1 2 3 and a 1 2 3 and a 1 2 3. That's
exactly.
how I learned dancing salsa. Coming from ballet, for me, this was easy, right? And then later, the groove, the afro, the grounding, and all that came second. But this is easy because I think salsa instructors sometimes, especially on the local markets, in a rivalry with bachata instructors, they kind of say, "Oh, salsa is for the chosen ones, or for the ambitious ones." We have to keep it basic to start
Yeah,
with.
and as you know, the more advanced dancers, when they're gonna listen to a really slow piece of music which is beautiful, it's just enough listening to the music. You can have like a drink and enjoy the music. It's not only about doing crazy stuff. If you can do this, it's fun. It's just playing. It's just playing in a different way, more sophisticated way. It's nothing else. But if you like the rhythm that you listen, it's enough. We'll see. You'll see what you're gonna do later on. Don't worry. We'll think about the difficulties later if it's something. But if you're enjoying this and you like what you see, go on.
Thank you, Dimitris. Is there anything you'd like to add before we disconnect?
Well, thank you for the conversation. I'm happy to see all my friends in El Sol. So, guys, if you're still thinking of it, let's do it. Time's running, guys. Don't forget about it. So book your pass now, and
we
see you in
have a
elSol.
special discount today until midnight, 15% off salsa and a VIP pass on our platform. And then remember that at the end of the month, prices are always growing slightly. So until 30th of June, you get this deal, and later we're going to raise them a bit. And guys, get your accommodation in Katowice. There are enough hotels, but it's not Warsaw, so it's not like unlimited accommodation options. So please make sure you book your hotels. We are selling 2 hotels, Marriott and Novotel, the closest ones, but we're also recommending 8 or 9 other hotels on our website, and on Instagram you see there's a pinned post with like a tour of the hotels and the information how to reserve. So make sure you take care of yourself, that you're comfortable, and we'll see you all in November. Say hi to Yolena, Dimitris.
Of course.
From us.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, Anya.
So we're going to disconnect here on Instagram, ending here, and now ending on Facebook.